Welcome. Today we're going to talk about the Healy. The Healy is so cool. It's this little box here, and it's connected to my phone. And in an ideal world, I would now be live streaming to you from a laptop where I could share my screen, and then you would see the screen of the Healy really well. But unfortunately, it's not the ideal world right now. I don't have a laptop. I am live streaming on my iPad because I discovered a while ago that just sitting on a laptop creates stress in me. I just don't like it. I like sitting and lying and being able to walk around, and iPad is just better. So we're going to make the best of this. And I think to start out, I would love to choose someone here in this group right now who would like to be scanned, because it's always just so much more fun to talk about a practical example. Carmelita's already raising her hands. Me! So we'll do a few, okay? I don't want to just focus on one person. I just want to show you the different approaches, and I want to show you how I work with this thing in a normal session, because I work with this little Healy every day for myself, for my kids. I have it in all of my coaching sessions, in all live streams that I do. I love this thing, seriously. So if I were to now presume that Carmelita is my new client, right? And she's coming in and I know nothing about her, which I love. And that I want to just know, where is her body right now, okay? I can go ahead with this Healy and measure that, because the Healy works in two ways. It works in the way that you can have electrodes. Grace, come here, please. You can have electrodes that you plug in here, and then you're working with microcurrents on the skin. When the Healy arrives, you get this snazzy little box, you unwrap it. And then in here is your Healy, and you have these wristbands, right? And these wristbands connect to this little box. So I can go ahead and I can plug them in. And then I make these wet. Right? I make them wet. Why? Because it enhances the conductivity of the microcurrents to my body. So I make them wet, then I strap them round, and I can work with the Healy and give my body the microcurrents of the particular programs that Healy has developed. Now, what kind of programs do they have? A bunch. You can detox the body, you can strengthen your meridians, it's like having your own little acupuncturist in your pocket, right? You can work on your skin, you can work on your joints, you can work on the entire body, mind, everything, to help your body step back into homeostasis. Homeostasis is the state of balance. And when we're in the state of balance, I'm just gonna switch to my view. Oh dear, I have this, that's not good. Okay, when we're in a state of balance, the body can step back into healing, right? That's what we're going for. We're going to promote the self-healing properties of the body. Okay, so, but the Healy can do more. You also have little pain pads. So these are little electro pads that you can stick on the body directly on the place where you have pain. So when I was suffering from back pain, and that's how I got into this whole frequency medicine thing, because 2 years ago, let me roll back, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, I had an accident in the bus. And I was a young girl, and this big guy fell on top of me. And then the next day I could hardly move. So I had a vertebrae that was, a little out of place, and this whole back drama started. And then my back was always kind of an icky spot. So 2 years ago, it got to one of the most ickiest spots ever. I could hardly move anymore. I couldn't sleep anymore. When I was walking down steps, that was super scary. My legs would suddenly, give out. It was scary. And that, although I was doing all the good stuff we're doing, all the work, I was, practicing yoga. I was really, I couldn't figure it out. So I did a lot of work and a lot of deep internal sort of searching. And then I discovered a lot of things. And one of the things that I am most grateful for discovering is frequency medicine, because I literally remember one night when I was yet again not sleeping, 3 a.m., rolling about on my yoga mat, just trying to find a position where I was not in pain, right? And I was praying and I said, there must be something out there that can help me. Because you see, all conventional doctors and even naturopaths were saying, no, this is just degeneration of the spine, live with it. And I was like, no, there must be something else. So that's how I discovered frequency medicine and the biocharger, the test. I invested heavily, right? So Ornella, your mic is on, please mute it. So what I noticed with the biocharger, which also works with frequency medicine, that my body was just healing. It was so pleasant to do. I would sit in front of that thing every single day, 3 times a day. I would run the programs, I'd do my yoga, my meditation, all my stuff. And I was noticing how I was getting better. But then I had a problem. A, the biocharger is an investment of about $20,000, right? That not everybody has that. B, I was still traveling so much. So I was like, what am I going to do when I travel to Italy? And then I'm teaching there in high heels on stage. I'm sitting in airplanes, crunched up. It's like, I don't know how to do that. But then I thought, okay, I'm just going to trust. And I flew to Italy, and it was bearable. And I thought, okay, I've got this, I can do this. And then the day 1 of the workshop, a lady comes up to me and says, I want to introduce you to something. This is so amazing. It's network marketing. And I was like, no, thank you. I don't do network marketing. I don't like that. And she says, yeah, but it's frequency medicine. And I was like, what? It's what? And then she showed me the Healy, and I was like, this is the answer to my prayers, because now I have something I can take with me, number 1. And number 2, it can do way more because it can also scan, which the biocharger can't. And number 3, it's affordable, right? Because this thing with the microcurrent starts out with 500 euros, not 20,000, right? And then if you want to work like I work, you work with the quantum sensor. That means you have these, but you don't need them anymore, because you're now working with the quantum field. Now, this is where most people, normal people, the sheeple, step out, because they, how's that going to work? Well, hear me out. A, this is a certified medical device. This is not some woo-woo box, right? This has been tested. Thousands of people have been using this type of medicine for I think over 15 years, and they've been having amazing results. But so far, this technology was only accessible at a fairly high price, and always only in a doctor's office or a therapist's office, which means that you had to go there to receive the treatment. And even though they only had that, people were healing. So then the same inventors developed this wearable, and it's the first wearable that is accessible. And yes, it is sold via social sharing. The reason is because you can't sell this thing in a box in a supermarket. People don't understand it. You have to understand what it's about. And you know what? I like the idea of social sharing, because you're cutting out the middleman. You're cutting out all that money that is usually necessary to market, to have distributors, to build locations, physical shops. This is something that we can share with each other in a social way. And when we do so, we can, if we want to, even earn money by that. But let's put that side apart, because that's not what I'm most interested in. What I'm most interested in how can this thing help people even if they're on a distance? And I have been now working with the Healy for over a year, for myself, but also for my clients. And I can tell you the results are they're miraculous. It's for the conscious mind hard to comprehend how, when I put in a client into my phone, right, it has a database. I'm going to do that right now. We're going to take Carmelita, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to put a new client. I'll connect this to now. Connect via Bluetooth, right? So when my phone has unfrozen, I'm going to put Carmelita in as my new client. And then you can see my phone's totally frozen. Then you can see how by putting in her name, her birthday, her gender, and her photo, she becomes a signature in the quantum field, a client, right? And this thing could be a person, but it can also be an animal. It can be a project. It can be a house. It can be a plant, whatever, a relationship. I have my marriage in here. I have my houses in here. I have my business in here. I have the projects that I'm working on in here. And then whenever I want to, I can send that signature the healing frequency that that signature needs to step back into homeostasis. That's what this whole thing is about. And these programs that I can center are defined by the Healy. Now the phone is unfreezing, thank you. They're defined by the Healy because the Healy is scanning and sending at the same time. And I'll show you how this works. Okay, so I'm now going to open up my Healy app. This is what it looks like on the phone. It tells me not all parts of frequency medicine are recognized by conventional medicine. We know that, okay? And then I have two options. You'll see at the top, I have resonance analysis, and then I have aura analysis, right? Mm-hmm. So I can do two different things. But before I do that, I have to go to my clients, and I'm saying, okay, I want to put in a new client, and this client is a person. Okay, so now I'm going to add Carmelita. Carmelita, unmute yourself. What's your surname? How do I spell your last name?
My birth surname?
No, what you're called now.
Carmelita.
Okay, got it. Your birthday?
21st of April.
Which year?
1952.
1952. It's your birthday soon.
Yes.
22nd, you said?
21st.
Oh, same day as my brother. Interesting. Okay, 21st of April, and you are feminine. And now I'm going to add a picture.
Without the glasses.
Doesn't matter. Use photo. Okay, now I've got to edit this picture because now I have no good. Okay, so now I have you in my database. Okay, so the Healy now knows who I'm talking about. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do an aura analysis. So now I go ahead and say, okay, let's record your aura. Now it's recording your aura. That's the energetic field around your body. It's just saying, okay, what's going on there? And then we get a little picture. And then we can see the energy centers. Do you see those rainbow?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So now I'm telling you, your energy levels in total are right now at 73%. Your crown chakra, 100%. Your third eye is 68. Your throat, 95. Your heart, 92. Your solar plexus, 79. Your sacral, 57. And your root chakra, 94. Okay, so the lower chakras are, the lowest is the sacral chakra, number 2, the solar plexus, number 3, and the third eye. Okay, so those 3, I now say, I want to start an analysis. So now it's going ahead and it's going to scan those 3 chakras that were a little, lower than the other ones. Okay, and now I get a list of the topics that it's picking up in those 3 chakras. Now, just a warning, this is usually super triggering, right?
Yeah.
Because there'll be sentences in there that say like, this person doesn't know how to love, or this person can't experience joy, or things like that, where you're like, what, excuse me? So just take it easy and just take what's useful to you, okay? Oh, I've got it just said in German. Okay, I'm translating. Second chakra. This person lives their own emotions over empathy. So by feeling empathetic towards others, they feel their own emotions. Sacral chakra. There has been an experience of Verletzung, of a hurt, a pain, right, in emotional areas that have created a feeling of insecurity and fear. Solar plexus. This person is to, on their personality level, live the ideal picture of their dad. And the expectation of the dad is stopping the development of the personality of the daughter. Third eye, this person understands that they are missing an experience in spirituality, or they're missing some spiritual experience. They're looking for this experience through other people, or this person is confusing love between people and the love between the spirit to the other person. They have a mental idea of spiritual love. Sacral chakra. This person is experiencing a dependency, an emotional dependency from another person. This person is not feeling free. Freedom means insecurity for this person and an emotional connection to their own personality. Third eye. There's the topic of the yin-yang awareness. And a deep contemplation about the role of the genders. Third eye, the spirit has experienced to have been hurt by the physical father. And the last one, solar plexus, this person is noticing more and more that they are no longer their emotions. Good job. And they are feeling more and more in their power and clarity. Okay, so that's what the Healy is picking up. We don't know what's right or wrong, but we're just going to go ahead with this. And now we're going to say, okay, let's send this person for 1 minute. I can choose the time, right? Now I could say, I could now for 8 hours blast you with the frequencies that your energy centers need to step back into balance. But for the sake of this call, we're just going to use 1 minute 20, okay? So now I choose 1 minute 20 and say start. And now it's sending you all the yummy stuff that you need. And here's the good news for everybody watching. You're getting this too right now because you're in the vortex and you're receiving exactly what you need to. So just trust that. And we'll notice, or Carmelita will notice what she feels and what she notices as we continue and just keep on scanning and sending. And you see the topics that are coming up just by mentioning them are also, you know, doing something to our unconscious. We're talking about topics that maybe we were not aware of. And we're saying, okay, well, if that is so, let's go heal that. So I love how it's such an easy way to treat yourself and others. And I had a really cool experience doing frequency therapy like this right at the beginning with this super dear friend of mine. And she has been always suffering from migraines. That's kind of her thing. And she called me and she said, oh my God, I got this migraine coming. I can feel it. And then, you know, we've got to go to her room and darken it all down and do all the thing. And then I said, oh, this is perfect. Stay on the call. And while we talk, just like now, I'll send you stuff. So I did what we were doing now, and in total, I would say we talked maybe 7 minutes. She was lying on the couch and I was just sending her stuff. And then I said, you know what, now just go rest, just, you know, maybe listen to some nice music, lie down for a quarter of an hour and then tell me how you are. And then she calls me half an hour later and she says, Joy, this is unbelievable. It's gone. It's completely gone. It never really came. I noticed it was going to come. You did the thing and it's gone. So she's a big fan since. And I am too, because you see, when you experience that on a distance, that is possible, you kind of something happens inside of you that, for me at least, I've noticed I trust my prayers more. I'm so diligent with my meditation practice, with my self-care, because I've experienced how it works. And you know what? She's just calling now. Do you see that? That is the person I was talking about.
Yeah.
She will tell you herself if she could right now. I'm not going to pick up, it'll distract. But anyway, that's her. So she felt us. And now we're going to go ahead. I'm going to say, no, Michi, sorry. Okay, now I want to go ahead and I want to show you what the resonance analysis is. So that was just the aura analysis, okay? The aura analysis is just the energy centers and figuring that out. Now the resonance analysis, again, I have my list of clients. I'm now going to choose Carmelita. And now it's asking me, I could now at the top, put in my own intention. I could put in there okay, my intention is to heal my knee pain, or my intention is to have beautiful, radiant, youthful skin, or whatever the intention is, right? I could put that in there. So then I could work specifically on that. And all these things, we've created our own training for this, right? So Roy has been sitting for months now, creating trainings to use this thing because it can do so much. But here's the thing, Grace can do it too. So you don't have to know all this stuff to be able to work with it, because you just press a button. It's really plug and play. So now it's just saying, what's the focus? The focus is, what do I have the greatest resonance with? What does my body need right now? Okay. And then I go into the database of Healy. It's another list of programs where I can now choose either specific programs that I want to run and scan. So Bach flowers, digital homeopathy, Australian bush flowers, schisel salts, all the different Healy programs, the gold programs, the pain programs, the mental programs, the learn programs, the sleeping programs, the protection programs, blah, 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 right? Or I go ahead and I scroll right to the bottom, and then I see something that says all Healy programs. That's what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, all Healy programs, start an analysis. So then it has this cute little thumbprint, which looks snazzy. People love that, right? Because then if they're with me, I can say, come on, plonk your thumb on there, right? Which I'll do now. And now it's scanning Carmelita's signature in the quantum field to find out, what does her body need right now? Which healing programs? Okay, so I could do this with my elbow too. It's not scanning my thumb, unfortunately. Would be cool, but it's not necessary. Okay, so now it's finished. And again, I have a list of programs of what the Healy is picking up. So I'll read it to you. 58% resonance with Healy mental balance. Now that already as a therapist tells me there's some stress in the mental area going on. And I'll give you my analysis at the end completely, but just from this test, right, I can say, okay, mental balance needs to be done. Next one with 56% is Healy learning programs. This person is learning something right now. So some restructuring even in the brain is going on, I would say. Then we have Healy Bioenergetic Balance Programs 1. Now, those are very body-specific programs that I could then go into, scan separately and say, okay, which parts of the body need help? Is it, and then it might come up, liver, kidney, blah, 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 whatever, right? And then the next one is Healy Beauty Programs. Now, beauty programs are a lot about skin, but also skin is connected to the lungs. Skin is also the barrier towards ourselves and others. And then we have these topics in relationships, the father relationship. You know, there's a lot of similarity here. And the last one is the Healy chakra programs. Interesting. We started out with that, right? And we saw there was a big difference in the balance of the chakras. Some chakras are fully exploded, like crown chakra, connection to universe 100%. But then when we get into the sacral chakra, the pleasure in life, joyfulness, creativity, that might be a little blocked right now, right? And then we get the top programs, learning programs, mental balance. So I see a connection. So now I go ahead and I say, okay, without knowing any further, I can just now send her again for however long I want these Healy programs. So again, I'll go 1 minute 20. Carmelita is now receiving all those programs I just mentioned, adapted to her body in the frequencies that she needs right now. How do you feel right now, Carmelita?
Buzzing.
Interesting. Tell us more.
No, nothing else, but I feel my body a bit like buzzing, yeah?
Cool. Does it feel pleasant?
Yes.
So while that is running, why don't I ask for questions? Severina, I see, has a question. So Carmelita, can you mute your mic? And Severina, you turn yourself on.
Oh, I just want you to scan me if you want, because it looks like I'm on a similar journey like you. I'm trying to get rid of my back pain that nobody can tell me why I have it. So
okay,
if we have a chance. And
let's talk about that. I'd love to talk to you about your back. Absolutely. Yeah.
And I'm actually meeting Donna on Sunday for the Healy.
You're meeting who?
Donna from the States.
Oh, Dana, yeah.
Because it's actually 5 a.m. in Toronto, and I woke
my
up
God,
at 3 a.m.
I applaud you for
was
being here, babe. I will definitely scan you. You got up for this.
3 a.m. I woke up. I wasn't planning to because I realized it's 5 a.m., but then I'm meant to be here then.
You are. That's so good. Thank you. Okay. Carmelita is now completed. Okay. I've showed you both versions. Now, if she had a Healy, she could do this every day. I would recommend if you, here's what I recommend for all people who are interested in the Healy and say, okay, this makes sense. I want to get this. If you have the budget, get the resonance. It's just, it's like either driving a bike or Tesla. I love my bike, but you know, driving a Tesla is different. You can do different things. You can go further. If you don't have the budget, and that's possible. Maybe you're saying, you know what, money's real short right now. I don't have $2,500. Then go ahead and buy the gold. Don't bother about holistic health and all the different steps. They're different program packages, right? So the smallest is the gold. With the gold, you get the gold programs. You get the gold programs where you can do so much. You can detox the body. They actually recommend when you get your Healy for the first 3 weeks, Gwendoline, your mic is on. For the first 3 weeks, you need to run the gold programs to detox the body, to get the body ready for all the frequencies that are coming. And that makes sense, okay? So when you get the Healy Gold package, you get the gold programs anyway. You also get the deep cycle programs. Now, the deep cycle programs are programs that go deeper. They go to the root of things. So you only do the deep cycle programs after you've done the gold programs. Makes sense, right? You don't start digging deep and then undigging all the stuff and then no. So, and then with the gold package, you also get to choose one other program. I started out like that because, you know, I have Jewish ancestry too, and I'm exact with my money. And I think, no, I'm going to invest 500. And if that 500 works and I love it, then I can always upgrade. But, you know, that's me. Now, knowing what I know about the resonance, I would go for the resonance right away. But I didn't know that then. So with the gold package, you can then choose a program of your choice. So you can choose like the beauty programs if you want to work on your skin. If you're in pain, choose the pain programs. If you're suffering from depression, the Healy is certified to deal with, certified for the treatment of pain, skeletal pain, fibromyalgia, depression, anxiety, and sleep disorders. Okay, that's what it's certified for, but it can do so much more. And if you look at those topics that it's certified for, isn't that what everybody in some way is suffering from? In some way, it's a pain in the body. Right? When you have pain in the body, you can't sleep and all that stuff, right? So if you have a lower budget and you say, I just want to try this thing, then get the gold, work with the microcurrents. You will need to do 3 sessions a day to have the optimal results. Now, the thing with the microcurrents is that while the Healy is running, you can't use your phone for anything else. So what I would suggest, get the Healy apps. They're simple apps you just download and put it on an iPad. Put it on an old phone you don't use anymore, because that is a little limiting if you're like me and you do a lot on your phone, because my phone is my laptop. It's just easier for me. So I have it on a separate one so I can have the programs running and not disturb my workflow. Okay, so that's maybe a good tip to do. The other thing with the microcurrents is, you know, you can do other things while you're doing it, right? So this clips on your body, and as long as you're in Bluetooth range with your phone, you could be cleaning the house, you can be reading, you can be working, you can be whatever. And if you're in acute pain, I would definitely recommend working with the microcurrents always. So if an acute situation comes up, you're suddenly sick, you have an accident, you're in pain, whatever, then always work with the microcurrents and start out with the meridians and the pain programs, okay? Get the meridians, because the meridians are you're treating the whole body, right? And with the pain programs, you're going right to the core of that issue. And when I was having my back episodes, and when I was in India, for instance, then my back was already really good. But in India, I had a little relapse. I kind of overdid it at yoga. And then I woke up and my back was out and I had no help there, right? I had nobody to help me align. I didn't have my Tesla. I only had my Healy. So what I did was I stuck the electrodes right on my back where it was hurting. And then I went on these very, very gentle meditational walks up and down the beach. I would walk, listen, meditate, rest, yoga, eat, and repeat. That's all I would do. And within a day, done. So I love this thing. And I think we should now scan Severina. You're in for that? So let's put you in as a new client, right? My list of clients. I go right to the top. You know what? We'll do it in English now so I don't have to translate. Because you can do that too. Just set the language. Now I'm going to go back to English. Then I'm going to add a new client. What is she? She's a person. Bam. Her first name is Severina. Severina. Your last name, my friend.
Okay.
Your date of birth.
October 301970.
Okay. Right now we need to add a picture. Go away. Come on, add a picture. There we go. Clients. I always say if I can handle this thing, you can too, because I am not the most technical person on this planet. Okay, here we go. Severina. Use photo. Cool. You're in. Bam. So now let's do an aura analysis. Let's start out with that again. Okay. So now I'm going to record your aura. There's a little picture. Then I hit analysis. Woof! Your energy is high, my friend. Bam, look at that. So total 88. Very high is the forehead, 99. Throat, 98. Sacral, 94. Root, 89. The lower ones, the lowest is the heart. The second lowest is the solar plexus. No, the second lowest is the crown chakra and the solar plexus. Do you see where the little tags are? Those are the lower ones. So now I start the analysis and it's now measuring the 3 chakras that were lower. It's going to tell us some fun stuff. And what I'd like to recommend to you is the book. I've posted it. I think it explains pain so well. It's written by 2 doctors, neuroscientists in Australia. And it is fabulous to understand pain. I'm going to post it in our group again, and then I think that'll help you. Okay, your reading, 92. Here we go. The crown chakra. The father's love was not present. They have experienced a lack of love from the father, or the father is not present. Next one. Heart chakra. The person experiences strong acceptance of themselves and of others. Nice. Next one, heart chakra. The person is ready and able to have relationships with other people, or the relationships towards other people are becoming friendlier and friendlier, or the person is able to tolerate feeling closer to people. Is that true? Heart
Closer,
chakra.
getting closer is the right statement.
Yeah. Next one, heart chakra. The person confuses emotional blackmail and control with love. Interesting. Solar plexus. The person expresses a strong personality. Her natural authority and strength make her attractive to others. I would agree. Next one, solar plexus. To become controlling, the person has learned to use her sexuality. Or to keep control, the person blackmails emotionally. So this emotional blackmail thing seems to be maybe a topic in your family. It was in mine. It is in mine. My family uses emotional blackmail. Oh, but I'm going to be so sad if you don't.
Oh, actually, it's my mother.
Oh, well, there you go. Next one, solar plexus. This person is not free to be who they want to be. They feel forced to subjugate their personality towards authorities. Yeah, right. Crown chakra. The person feels like they are part of society if the same emotions are being felt. It's kind of similar to what Carmelita had as well, right? As empaths, that's a distinction we need to make. Crown chakra. The person has learned that no other person is needed as mediator between themselves and God. However, they feel themselves to be separated from God. Okay, now we go ahead and we say vibrate. 1 minute 20 yummy, yummy frequencies for Sevelina. And imagine we're all receiving that. We are, it says, complete and gentle healing. The issues of power, control, freedom, and personality. Complete and gentle healing of topics God, soul, empathy, and unity. Complete and gentle healing of topics God, soul, and by enhancing the color violet in the crown chakra. So let's imagine we're getting this violet ray in our crown chakra. It's coming right now. Oh, now heart, green. Complete and gentle healing of issues of self-love. Unconditional love and joyful heart by enhancing the color green in the heart chakra. 20 seconds. Yellow, complete and gentle healing of issues of power, control, freedom, and personality by enhancing the color yellow in the solar plexus chakra. Say to yourself, I'm powerful, Sevelina. I am powerful. I am the creator of my life and I create with love. Okay, crown chakra now. Violet, and we're done. Okay, so now, because this was so much fun, I want to do a resonance analysis for you. And I want to check the meridians. So I'm going to pull you up. I go to my database. I don't know, of course, in which meridian package it's in, but I'm just going to go for meridians 1, right? And now it's scanning the first package of meridians of the Healy programs. And then we will get a list of what your meridians are like right now. Okay, number 1, bladder. Number 2, connective tissue. Number 3, small intestine. Number 4, gallbladder. And number 5, heart. You're laughing.
Okay,
right?
I don't have a gallbladder.
That's why it's coming.
I have a connectivity issues. I have a IBS problem. That's why I'm on the nerve up. What were the other ones?
Bladder.
I don't have it. They removed it.
Well, there you go. So those meridians are tad weak, maybe.
Yeah. No, what were the last 2 ones?
Gallbladder and heart. Small intestine, gallbladder, and heart.
Yeah, I have a problem with my stomach now, so not sure the heart problem is circulation probably. That's what my Chinese doctor told me 4 weeks ago.
There you go. There you go.
Wow.
So shall I send you some good stuff?
Please.
Yes. Okay, coming now, next 1 minute 20. Embrace, enjoy. Any questions, anyone, while Sevelina receives her treatment? Now's a good time. Nicole. Sevelina, do you want to mute yourself? And then Nicole, unmute yourself, please. So I've got something in my eye. Nicole.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. It's very cool to listen to you and to see it in action.
Okay.
I was thinking, if you have it running for yourself, you can parallel have it running for other people as well at the same time.
Always just one person or one project at a time.
All right, all right.
That's why, you know, some people have whole practices just with this thing, right? They have the Healys set up, people come in, strap them up or press the button, but you can always only treat one.
Mm-hmm. So when you use it within the family, you just take turns, like
That's right.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so if I know that Grace has a test at school, she gets it. But I love, I wake up in the morning, and because I have the test as well, I mean, I'm super lucky, right? So I can play with my frequencies all day long. So what I like doing is I wake up in the morning and I set my intentions and do my thing while I'm still in bed. And then I ask who needs the Healy now? And then a name will come up and I go with that. And sometimes it's a name of a friend, sometimes it's my house, sometimes it's always something specific. And then I just and I put it on and I say, okay, next 12 minutes, enjoy. And that's it. And I usually never tell the people, I just go ahead. But things that happen then, like the person will suddenly call me. It's so fun.
Very cool. Okay, thank you. And another question to this, do you need to be online? Or
yeah, you need, that's the thing, you need Wi-Fi connection. Because especially for like 8-hour programs, I think, and here I don't know exactly how this works, because I have heard people tell me that when the program has been running for 9 minutes, the whole program is uploaded, right? Because the thing is, they can't put all the programs on this thing. So you're getting it from the cloud. Now, some people have told me that once the program has been running for 9 minutes, it's running in the quantum field, you can forget about it. It doesn't matter if it's not connected. I still have it on. I just have it on. And then the next question some people then have is, oh my God, but then my Wi-Fi has to be on all night. Yes, but the thing is, what you're sending yourself is stronger and better for the body than the Wi-Fi. So I don't worry about that. And I have so many things all around my house, from shungite stones to pyramids to stuff under my bed. For me, it's not a thing. But if it is, yeah, then you then trust version 1, that after 9 minutes, it's done and you could turn it off. I just have it in, for instance, I leave it here on the table where I'm sitting now. So I don't take it in the bedroom with me, but I have it here and it's just running all night. I usually at night run the sleep programs, the protection programs, or the aura. That's what I do at night, unless there's something specific. Like if I was sick, then I would be running the homeopathy all night. Or if there's something acute going on, then I would do that, or the meridians maybe. But for sleep, I think sleep programs and protection programs and this gentle stuff is good.
Okay, cool. And
yes, the gold package is around 500 euros. Mm-hmm.
All right, all right. And yeah, you had been mentioning also about especially now coming up 5G and all this. This is also, would that be the protection program then? Yes.
Yes, the protection programs are not only against Feinstrom, so it's EMFs, geopathic stress, Wi-Fi, everything, but also, mental stuff of what other people send you. I mean, some people can be pretty hateful. Right now, a lot of people are very charged emotionally, I find. So if you happen to be at the end of the receiving stick of someone who just hates your guts right now, it's good to have this thing going on, I think. At least I like having that idea.
Cool. Thank you.
Sure.
All right.
Any other questions? You know what I'd like to do for one other person? Who else has got something going on? I want to run. Do you want that, Nicole? Okay, cool.
Maybe.
So add you.
Yeah.
Really, the longest process is adding the person. So person, but you have an easy name, so this should be fast. Nicole, I want to show you how I love the gemstones. Nicole, date of birth?
1969.
1969. And the day?
24.
24. Female. Picture. Oh, no. Okay, so now I'm going to go resonance analysis, and I am going to go for the Alaskan gem elixirs because I love them. So now I start the analysis. We're measuring What does Nicole need? Which Alaskan gem elixirs? They take a little to scan because there are many of them. And then we'll get the list. And the Alaskan gem elixirs, the Bach flowers, the bush flowers and all that stuff are great for children, great for animals, great for when you're just feeling, you know, when there's nothing physical going on, but you're like, I always run those. And they've got like beautiful messages. These are like sort of, I feel they're like tarot cards, or, you know, like fortune cards. Okay, nearly there, nearly there, nearly there. Bam. Okay. First one, Azurite. Grounding, communication, opens and strengthens the connection between the feminine earth forces and the 5th chakra. Helps us communicate with vitality, authenticity, and gentleness. Next one, Sacralite. Brings depth and physical richness to our spiritual lives. Helps us physically manifest a warmer, more feminine quality of spirituality. Promotes an easy acceptance of rather than a hard striving for the spiritual realm. I like that one. Next one, oh, they have names. Montana Rhodochrosite. Brings strength and solidity to the 4th chakra. Clears confusion and chaos from the heart. Clarifies intent and promotes courageous, heart-centered action. Fluorite. The breakup elixir, works to bring increased energies into the physical body by breaking up blocks in the etheric body. And the last one, Smokey Quartz, grounding and calming, synchronizes body energy with earth energy, regulates and stabilizes the detoxification of unwanted energies from the physical, emotional, and mental bodies. You ready?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, here we go. And now it's sending. Thank you, Nicole. We're all getting, yeah, the fluorite and the Smokey Quartz, and now the Azurite. It's all coming. Any other questions while we have this running? Deborah, you got a question? Angelina.
Hi, good morning to all. Just a question about where to purchase. Do we have to go through the crystalline website? How do we go about it?
Great question. Well, if you are interested in getting a Healy, then the easiest is if I give this to Claudie. Claudie and Susanne are my Healy girls. And Claudie and Susanne will then send you an email. And in that email, you will get all the information. They will ask you questions like, are you coming in for this for yourself, or do you want to build a business with it? Because depending on that, we'll send you different information. Because if you're not going to want to build a business with it, we're not going to bother you with that stuff. You'll just get the information that you need. What happens then is that then we sign you up as a member so that you can buy your Healy. Once you're signed up as a member, and to sign you up as a member, you'll fill out a form so we can do it for you. That's how the procedure usually happens. You signed up as a member, we need your name, your birthday, your address, your email. And if you have a company and you want to save the 20% or the VAT, right, we need your tax number, right? You fill that all out, you become a member. You haven't bought anything yet, you're just able to buy, right? Then you'll get an automatic email from Healy that shows you your link to your personal dashboard. That's a website that you go into where you see, oh, I'm a member at Healy, and oh, Healy has a shop. So then you click shop, right? You log in, you hit shop, and there you choose what you want to buy. Am I going for the Healy Gold, or am I going for the Resonance? That's what I would choose for you. And when you go for the Healy Gold, all you need to do is choose which third program do I want to have? What interests me most? What are my issues? If you go for the Resonance, you're getting the whole thing anyway. You don't have to choose anything. You put it in your cart, you pay for the Healy, you'll need a credit card. I think PayPal maybe works too, I'm not quite sure. Credit card is easiest. Then the Healy comes to you. Now, if you live in Europe, the shipping times are usually pretty quick. So some people get it within a week. Some people longest wait 3 weeks. Right now, the shipping is pretty good because the COVID thing is, calmed down a bit. And unless you're in the US or something, then it can take longer. Usually within the shortest time, you have the Healy. When you get the Healy, you get your little boxy, right? You also get this snazzy thing. Your gemstones have just finished, by the way. This is really cool. That comes in your package. And you have your own little video, right? And it explains all the stuff to you. And then you can show your friends while you're running around with the sparks. And then with me, within a week, I sold 3 more Healys, right? Not because I went out and said, oh, I gotta, but because I just had it on me. And they said, what is that? And I said, oh, let me show you, right? And they said, I want that. So within a week, I had my investment back. So that's the cool thing, right? So I think if you sell 9 Healys, you have your resonance for free. If you sell 3 Healys, you have your gold for free. So that's what I did at the beginning. So it's easy. And then all you need to do is you take your phone, you charge your Healy, and then you download in the App Store the apps. Now there are 2 different Healy apps. If you're working with the microcurrents, you need the blue Healy app. If you're working with the microcurrents, you need the pink Healy app. If you're working without the microcurrents, you need the blue one. So they're 2 different apps. You download them depending on which model you have. If you have the resonance, you download both. If you have the Healy Gold, you just download the pink one, right? You download the app and then you get going. If you're working with the microcurrents, you don't have this whole database and the clients and the scanning and all that. That's not in there. Or you have buttons that you open the screen, you push the buttons and you choose the program that you're going to run. The programs on the pink app all last around an hour, unless they're pain programs. The pain programs are usually around 20 minutes. If you have the resonance, you go into your blue app and you start putting yourself in first. Don't you dare put someone else in first. Seriously. Okay? You put yourself in and you start scanning yourself, you start playing with yourself, right? And you experience it. And then once you enjoy it, you then of course can go out and please go help others with it too. But I'm always amazed that there are people who will buy a Healy and just use it for others and not for themselves. And I'm like, oh my God. Okay. Yeah, and it's easy. You get a little charger. This is a little funky. You've got to kind of fiddle this in here, which I always kind of, there you go. USB, you charge it. It lasts a long while, like 2 days, even if I'm running almost constantly, then you charge it a bit. You can run the resonance even while it's charging. If you have the Healy Gold, you can't run a program while it's charging because it has no room for the stickies, right? Any other questions? How are you feeling, Nicole?
It's really, I really felt like opening up around me, like really more energy coming to me. Really
nice.
Really nice. Really
nice.
nice.
And because you said energy, this is the cool thing. When you start looking at the stuff around Healy, you'll see that what had me sold was that, our cells have mitochondria in the middle. And the mitochondria are the ones that create the energy. And usually the older we get, the less energy our cells produce. So our cells literally start shriveling and dying away. And to measure how much energy a cell has in conventional medicine, they measure the ATP levels, so ATP levels of your cells. And the Healy has been shown to increase the ATP levels, so the energy in your cells, by guess how many percent? What would you say? A little box like this. Come on, what's it going to do? Maybe 50%, would you say? What do you think, Nicole? What would you say?
More than we think when you ask us like that. 80. I say 80.
400%.
What?
400% increase in ATP levels of the cells. So now I ask you, why does not everybody have a Healy? Why is not a Healy in every school? If every school had a Healy, they could be running frequency programs for the entire school all day. It would be an investment of $2,500. How many stupid things do they buy for children that they don't need, right? But the good thing is, you see, through social sharing, we can all do that. We could all have the schools of our children on the Healy and be running programs. And that's what we're starting to do. We're doing global meditations, getting all the Healy users to sync their Healys and meditate with the Healys on at the same time. Because that way, just imagine the power of our meditation is increased by 400%. I can tell you it works. And yeah, I'm excited for you to experience it yourself, if that is interesting to you. If you have any other questions around it, just post them in our group. Yeah. And I will post, I'll write this down right now, the pain book for Severina in our Sleep Your Fat Away group. Yeah.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah. Gwendolyn, speak. Your mic is on, don't worry. But you're quiet, so I didn't bother you. Yes.
Oh, okay. And when you run the program for your frequencies, how long does it remain?
In the body?
Yes, in the body.
Honest answer, I don't know. But what I know from the biocharger is that the engineers there told me the body can hold the frequency for 24 hours.
Okay.
Stones and water can hold it for a week.
Okay.
So what I noticed when I work with animals and children and with very sick people, so I have a couple of, you know, really sick people, they respond better when I send them short sessions often. I feel it might be like with homeopathy, you know, that the sicker, the weaker the system, the more gentle and more frequent the treatment. The stronger and more stable and healthier system, the stronger and longer the sessions can be.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's right.
And the pain, and when you treat the pain, it will stay away?
With pain, well, here's the thing. With pain, I noticed that when I was in acute pain, the only thing that would give me pain-free moments was when I either had the acupuncture needles in my body or the Healy pain program running on the microcurrent right on the spot. In those 20 minutes, I would have absolutely no pain at all. And then usually it would start coming back, but it would become lesser and lesser and less until at some point, you know how it is with pain. At some point you just notice, oh, it's gone, but I can't remember when it left.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
And for my sleep problems, it's a wonderful thing.
It's been proven to be amazing for it. And they're very simple. You just have the sleep program running all night, right? And then during the day, I would focus on the physical issues in the body that are creating the sleep programs, the sleep problems. But yeah, I notice when I have them on and when I don't. I've really noticed the depth of my sleep is better. I wake up more rested. I also have noticed I need less sleep. So I'll have phases of needing really, I'll go to bed pretty early, but I'll be up at 4. I'll be just wide awake. I was like, I'm done.
Okay. Full of energy.
Huh?
Full of energy.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's great.
And here's the other side of the spectrum, because that is there too, right? I have also noticed, actually a dear friend of mine, She started out with the Healy. She was one of the very first ones way before me who had the Healy. And I would say she kind of overdid it a bit. So she was just on energy, 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 energy. And I noticed her kind of, she got real sort of big in energy and flying and very vibrant, but then poof, she crashed. And she called me like, I don't know, this is about a year ago. And I remember her calling me and said, Joy, I don't know what's happening. I'm losing it. I'm feeling. And I said, yeah, you've overdone it. You need to chill out. You need to get to bed, meditate, and have nothing going on. Because you see, as with everything, if we get dependent on this and we start overdoing it and are in balance with it, then yeah, I think you can give your body too much energy too, because our body has to handle it, and we've got to mentally handle it. Because what I also noticed is it does really increase the intuition, your psychic powers. Oh, hell yeah. I mean, after a year of working with these frequencies a lot, yeah, we're all friends. I can tell you, I just know I will have these insights. I'll even write them down. I'm really having a lot of fun with it. Before I have sessions with my clients, I'll sit down and I'll say, okay, what's the most important thing in this session right now? And then I'll write some random thing down. And then I'll start the session and I'll say, okay, so client, tell me what's going on. How are you? And they will literally repeat the sentence back to me.
Oh, yes.
So and how it makes sense is because you're increasing the energy in the cells in the body, which means the body doesn't need to fight for energy to be able to survive. It can go into healing. Once you're in a state of healing and you feel whole, you're healthy, right? Then that energy can be used for other stuff. Means you have way more energy also for your spiritual capacities. The energy field in your body increases. So the pineal gland detoxes, it decalcifies. We're tuning everything up. So it makes sense.
Great.
Right. Camilita, see the finger. Okay, Gwendolyn, you mute yourself. Camilita.
Yeah.
Thank you. What if you have the Healy and you don't know how to cope with it and all the things? Where can you go for explanation?
Well, we have trainings developed for you. One is called the Healy Basic Training, which you get for free if you sign up in our Martina team, our clan. And then if you want to take it further, oh my God, you have hours and hours of video for you. Roy's developed the practitioner training. That is like Omega healing for therapists and Healy users all in one. It's like put everything he knows in there. It's very, very, very comprehensive. You can play. I can't imagine you ever getting bored.
And also another question, so my husband, he has a stroke, had a stroke. What can you do for him?
Pop him on the Healy. You and he, you share it. Do it all. You do it all.
Okay.
He'll be a very, and my request to you would be, don't make the mistake I made in being sloppy about documenting the successes. But that's always my thing. I get so caught up in all the stuff that happens that I forget to document. So with your husband, I would really, because he's in medical care, you have the advantage of him being, doctors looking at him often and him having all kinds of blood tests and scans and stuff done.
Yeah.
Right? So
not much, but yeah.
Yeah, but you have something.
Yeah.
So if you have that, use that and then start working with the Healy and you'll see results. You'll see it in the blood tests. He'll notice it in his mood. That's usually where people notice it first. They just feel better. Then they start sleeping better. And then you'll just notice how it comes back into health. And after in a case like your husband, I don't know how severe the stroke was and what the repercussions for the body were.
He can talk, but walking is bad, and sleeping is going very well. But nowadays he has lot of pain in his body. So his body is talking to him.
Of course. So yeah, I don't know how long it'll take for him to notice the differences in a big way, right? That he's walking again and doing that. I should think that might take longer. For me, with my back thing, I noticed huge differences within 3 weeks, and then it was almost done. And then I would say after 3 months, it was never a topic again. But that was me. I don't know.
Okay, but you know, okay, when you have a stroke, one part of the body doesn't work very well anymore. Eh? So
that's the current state, but I'm sure
right arm and right leg doesn't work very well.
Yeah, well, you'll become your own researcher by having your little tool and scanning and playing, and you'll learn so much. So I would say it would be ideal for him, definitely.
I think so too.
And also for him, but you know, because he's not running around and has a problem that he's too busy. Hook him up.
Thanks.
Sure. Anything else before we close? Good. Well, then I will, you know what I'll do as the end? Why don't we scan our group in the Sleep Your Fat Away and see how we're doing as a group? Should we do the aura analysis? That'll give us most insights, don't you think? Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to pull up our Sleep Your Fat Away challenge. So anybody who watches this knows you're with us. You always were. Okay, aura. We're doing pretty well, 77% overall energy. The root, 95. Forehead, 96. Solar plexus, 96. The lower ones are crown, sacral, and heart. So now I'm going to start the analysis. It's now scanning those 3 chakras, and then we'll see what's going on. What are the topics for our group? Okay, heart. The person, which is the group, has experienced love before. However, in certain situations, he keeps control. Yeah, I do. I know that. I definitely keep control in certain situations, don't you? Anybody else in? It's just me? Okay, no, good, thank God. Okay, heart chakra. The color white is the color of avoidance. The person knows that they are avoiding to live one or more themes of the heart chakra. So that's an invitation to all of us to go into our hearts and say, okay, what heart desire of mine am I not living yet? What am I not paying attention to? What am I avoiding because I'm kind of scared if I go there, something nasty will happen. Crown chakra. Again, this is fun. The person was able to feel and recognize the love of the father. So we had a few parent topics today, right? So we're getting there. We're getting there. Next one, heart chakra. The person experiences joy more often. That's true, right? We're all experiencing joy more often. Sacral chakra. The person controls their emotions. Yeah. We're in Sleep Your Fat Away, we're learning to manage them. So some of us might feel that we have to control them, but that's not what we want to do. We want to manage them. We don't want to control the emotions that are coming in. We're choosing which waves to surf, right? So we're learning that. Next one, crown chakra. The direction of their lives are being decided by others. Well, yeah, we're in a global lockdown. I should think many of us feel that we're being decided for. So here's a good thing to notice. Our thoughts are free. Our choices are free. We can choose how we feel, right? Okay, next one, crown chakra. The person is lonely. Yeah, I have moments where I feel I miss people. I miss being able to sit in around a fire, in a group, sing, dance. Next one, sacral chakra. There's a confusion between love and sexuality. That's an interesting topic, especially for us women, right? The last one, sacral chakra. The emotions of dependency are being confused with love. Interesting to look at. So where do we feel dependent on others? Where do we confuse maybe that dependency with love? Okay, vibrate, here we go. 1 minute 20. And why don't we all here now use this 1 minute 20 to connect to our hearts, to focus on our breath, to slow everything down. and open our energy centers to receive all this loving frequency, or the healing, or the balance. Imagine those rainbow colors being tuned specifically for you right now. And then notice how those centers in your body are like portals opening up, radiating with these rainbow colors, allowing yourself to just receive. There's nothing you need to do. Notice how your breath is becoming slow and gentle. And then repeat to yourself, I am love. I am eternal. I am infinite. And then take another deep breath in and out, imagining all your energy centers lighting up. You're in balance, centered, grounded, connected. And then take one more deep breath and open your eyes and say yes. Well done. We did it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for making time on this beautiful Friday. I'm seeing a lot of sunshine. And I look forward to connecting with you again on Monday for our Sleep Your Fat Away call. I will post the book title in the challenge group. If you have any questions, tag me in the post and I will respond to that. And if you would like to receive your information package and all that, then simply I'll put a post in the group. Write in the comments, yes, I want this, and then my team can pick your email addresses, or they, and they can send you the stuff. I think that's maybe the easiest way to go before we flood support with single emails, right? We'll get them a nice little list, and then they'll send you all you need, and we'll get you signed up as members, and then you can choose whatever you want to do. Sound good? Namaste. The light in me sees the light in you. I love you. See you soon.